Good morning, guys. How are we all doing? So Dan from Trading with Dan here. This is our Bitcoin morning update. So if you guys wouldn't mind smashing that like button, and we shall go straight over to those Bitcoin 4-hour charts. These are the ones. Yes, the Bitcoin on the 4-hour, as you can see, we are down there. We are down, well, we could say testing, but obviously currently below our lower support zone. So this is it. We're either going to get the acceleration to the downside, or we are going to, by the end of today, find ourselves back above. I mean, we can pretty much call it 31,000 to be on the safe side, and then we could get like a nice slingshot up towards the mid 33,000s. But yeah, they are our two scenarios at the moment. I don't think price action is going to hang around here for too long. It is going to make a decision. But yeah, here we are. Here we find ourselves. Very bearish price action below our bottom side support, and awaiting the next move. Ethereum Satoshi pairing, as you can see, well, obviously it has come off from that pump up, but it's not really making a massive move yet, so it is not fully believing this break below 30,000 quite yet, but obviously that will soon change if we do start to dump further. The DXY also, if you have a look at the DXY, pushing into our upper side resistance, the last and final resistance before we all have to accept that the DXY is going up, with obviously targets into 94, 95 areas firstly, and then see how it goes from there. But yeah, the last line of defense, I mean, we're still a bit of a way away from that high, but I mean, clearly we could do this in a day or two easy. But yes, we've got to see, do we top out here and come back down? We've got to keep an eye on that. Oh, we forgot to look at the Ethereum USD pairing, because obviously that is looking pretty perilous here as well. Is coming down to our recent lows that we had down here into our support zone. So again, just like Bitcoin, if it can find its way above, it can then potentially get some momentum to the upside. But obviously failing that, we will be, well, looking at 1600 and a few other levels we've got, I mean, most notably the next area of support, of real support, will probably be the zone between about 13 and we'll just call it 13 and 1500 roughly. But yeah, pretty low values coming off our 4,000 plus high. Stocks obviously are not our friends at the moment, but they're having a little bit of a bounce, as you can see. They are attempting to try and get above that level we drew. We drew this level in only the other day, wasn't it? And obviously that had to hold. But yeah, we broke it, we lost it, we came back down to roughly a horizontal that you could have drawn in here, but we just didn't draw it. We said we could draw some levels, we didn't really bother, but we are currently back testing that. So is this a forward check, a back check, and are we going to get a paycheck trade where realistically I think we'd probably find ourselves round about this level here, and we'll actually draw this in, because I think this is where, if we do forward check, back check, and paycheck this stock market, I think this is about where we are gonna find ourselves. So yeah, we'll just draw this in here. So this is basically going to be the target. Obviously there's various levels of support on the way, but I think it'll be this point where we then have to bounce. Otherwise we'll be looking at, well, the next target is potentially down here. So yeah, stock market is not our friends currently at the moment. 10-year yield as well has been dropping. I mean, this is what we kind of did say whilst we had this marked up. We were saying that in this range it was pretty much going to be okay, but yeah, we dropped out of it. So obviously that was signaling issues, signaling problems. I should extend this along. Just there's that obviously level that we are currently bouncing off, and then the level below. But I do suspect we are going to put in a half decent bounce here. Markets will maybe have a bit of I say a pullback, but like a pullback in a bullish direction, before we then decide, are we coming in for basically better levels, better prices to buy. So yeah, Bitcoin dominance as well, making that nice move up as well. Yeah, I mean, targets basically pretty much of the downward sloping trend line, and then even potentially into the 50%. So yeah, things are not looking ideal, but yeah, like I said, this could be the bear trap. The bears could accelerate us down, get bought back up, back above this support, well, resistance at the moment, but this old support, new resistance, and then yeah, then we can then, well, all we can basically do is trade sideways and then play out this zone again. So yeah, this week is obviously the week we're saying that we are expecting moves out of this, expecting moves. So is this a first move down and the next leg up? We shall see. But obviously, we are at a critical point now, below this basically old support, and we're going to either find ourselves back above and then probably, if that happens, accelerate to the upside, or we are going to basically accelerate to the downside towards this $27,000 level. Not much else for me to say. Things are starting to happen, though. Obviously not particularly in the direction that we want, but like I did say, I do think if we're going to find our way basically back to the upside in the short and medium term, I think we do have to basically test this downside first anyway, flush out some weak hands, FOMO some bull bears in, and then basically slam everybody back up. I think this is the way that we have to do it if we are going to go bullish, but that is an if, because this is also the way we have to do it if we're just going to keep coming down. So yeah, there you go, guys. Remember, this is not a financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Always do your own research, and I shall speak to you guys soon.